Hi and welcome to a new video. I'm going to paint some new landscapes today, and I'm going to rotate this canvas to 90, and I'm using Ibis Paint X as most of my art. And let me pull out some reference first. So Waterfall is it? So add folder, and so I always make a new folder. I'll tell you why soon. So I'm going to go to bucket tool and select this about white blue towards the white blue, and select brush tool again. So I always like to group every elements in one folder because it's easier for me to click this like plus folder button, and then I can like click the add layer from folder and merge all of the layers into one. I can follow up more adjustments, layers, and so forth. Anyway, so from the waterfall picture, let me go in. So I've already kind of decide what kind of brush I want to use, which is from the reference is quite interest. It's quite can see that there's this like grass type is have some kind of bit of terrain, higher terrain above the path, so that can make a bit of difference also from the path and the side grasses. Now on what I'm going to do, I'm going to select a new brush, a brush triangle, and for the color palette wise, I'm going to choose mostly about blue color for the mountains, and then because it's easier for me to select the like the watercolor, which is about blue, and then the path I can go to maybe opposite, uh, which is uh, which is a complementary color, but I need to pull it down to be like very dark gray for the path, and then also the grass should be about complementary also, which is green towards green, and there's some yellow, bright yellow grass. Okay, and let's now go to the color again. So I'm going to select a brush triangle and about 25 opacity on a new layer, layer 2. So let me go and slowly brush in. Let me increase the opacity. Okay, I need to move it somewhere very much more light. Okay, I'm going to put some pen of like clouds. Not really clouds, no, just different like stripes of white color around it. Going to make the sky color a bit like random. Okay, and I'm going to lower the opacity, color pick again, and then just brush in this one, color pick and brush, color pick and blend it a little bit. looks good. Zoom out. Okay, I can go back to full opacity and just add in a bit more white, white kind of texture around. Bring it more white, make it smaller, and color in. And lower the opacity, color pick, color pick. Okay. I try not to make anything too obvious or too bright. Just like subtle build up of this white, some sort of white clouds. Okay, now let's go. I'm going to add a new layer. Okay, now I'm going to go to choose the benefit. Let me see if I can choose another brush for this. Deep and soft. Okay, let's go towards more blue, so more like the cool colors. And then I'm going to choose something very dark first. And let me see how good is this. Okay, but I do feel I prefer the benefit. Let's choose benefit brushed. Go 20 pixels. Now I'm going to make a mark like about here. About here to, let me see, let's go 9 pixel. About here to there. And now I'm going to continue to make some mountain shapes. I have to make these mountains like have this very straightforward kind of shape, which is like steps, like kind of you climbing up the stairs. I'm going to explain you why later in this video. Is that probably because it would be much easier to paint the details later on. So the contours of that's the purpose of me choosing this kind of contours for the mountains. And then let's go like going upwards, and then go in up there. Let's go up and towards there. Select bucket tool, fill in, go to brush tool, ink. Now I can start drawing the details, but let me block out, make choose the airbrush triangle. Now I'm going to continue to draw the foreground. The foreground should be okay about this. Okay, let's choose towards more yellow. Should be okay. So full opacity. I mean, I think I can go like very green, dark green. Okay, and make the size bigger. Let's draw somewhere about here. That's going to be our foreground. There. Okay, and I can start to draw these details on these mountains. So let's go and add new layer, clipping mask. I'm going to choose a very custom brush for this, which is the ink airbrush. So I make this custom brush with this the default template of an airbrush triangle, and then I'm using this brush pattern shape, so it kind of look like this. Okay, and then the rest of the settings I make the spacing a bit just about 3%. That's all. Now I am going to draw in the details on the mountains, like the mountain cliffs, the mountain rocks. Now so I color pick the base color for the mountain. I'm going to slightly bring this color up a little bit, and I want to lower the opacity to about 50% is good. And I'm going to draw it in blocks of squares, say somewhere there. Okay, I need to be as random as much as I can. Just keep some parts make square. I'm going to make this square again. draw the same on the other side. Go to color wheel, add layer, clipping a mask, putting up the slider a bit more. Eh, the lights are coming from on this end here, should be the most brightest. I can add some overlay light around this part. So here's going to be the brightest. Anyway, so I'm going to add more lights on top. bright colors and merge both. Add layer clipping mask again. Going to add on the highlights. Can make it to have this kind of path shape. Put some more lights. Merge the layers. Add layer. Going to choose a kind of a stamp brush which has rock texture. So let's select the rock stamp brush. I'm going to pick something very dark and clipping mask. And stamp in this. Oh no, don't clipping mask. Just stamp in the texture a bit. Back. Stamp, and then I can maybe blend this to bring out the dark a bit, and then lower the opacity. then I want to go to blur, go to Gaussian blur, because I do not want any sharp edge. We increase the opacity a bit more. I don't need just about, this is not too visible, it's okay. And then for the rocks, this remaining texture, let's go with something. I think I want to go rock watercolor. Let's try color pick this one. I should make it desaturate and light. Let's color a bit of the texture onto these rocks. Go smudge. You can set this to multiply, maybe carbon screen overlay. I think screen quite nice. Maybe I can try to lower down a bit more. Yeah, so this sort of texture are much more visible. Go eraser and lower the size. Maybe I can erase some areas to give it a bit more uh, texture. Go erase smudged. Yep. Okay. Let's continue and pin. So what's next? I'm going to paint this waterfall. Let's go select the airbrush triangle, and color pick the base color. I want it to be slightly a bit more blue, and let's make it a bit more saturated, something like that. And I'm going to put in these strokes of, yeah, something there. So I'm going to clip it to the mountain layer, clip, and I'm going to draw like this shape. This should be blue, I guess. Here, blue. Maybe something more saturated. Okay, not that blue. About here. Pin in the waterfall. Lower opacity. Lower the brush. Make a brush big. Put in. And make the brush small again. Make the brush big again. So we should have this straight line going downwards, and make the brush small, make it a bit lighter, draw in, skip some parts, something big, so big. I'm going to choose this watercolor brush, watercolor blade, and then lower the opacity and make it a bit more bright, and then I'm going to build up this like smoke of, like, all the water dropping onto this mist of water dropping onto the around this okay, maybe lower the opacity a bit more, and something, let's put some shape, a big mist. So I want this layer, okay, go erased. This means I'm going to drag below. Oops. Okay. This area below the foreground. So I'm trying to let that be. Eraser. I can lower the opacity. I want to like erase some of the mist on the bottom side. There, like that. Maybe resize perspective. Bring this lower. Bring this a bit more up. And okay. Now, okay. I'm going to choose a different. I'm going to choose ink pen bleed, and then just color pick this color and add new layer and uh, bring it up slightly a bit and draw in the highlights there. Clip. Okay, clip. No, okay, no need to. Okay, just let it be. Bring the brush size smaller and put in and go to filter Gaussian blur about 3. Okay, thick. Bring it slightly more very bright towards the white, and then so merge this layer, add new layer, paint in. Let's go 7 pixel, paint in this. Go there. Make this brush smaller, about 5, and yeah, and draw more of the water droplets there. Filter Gaussian blur 5 thick. Um, okay, go a bit on top and then erase. Go to back. Go erase. Some of the excess on top and can use the liquify paint. I think should be this layer. I can adjust it a bit more on the edge and okay, brushed. So I think this one go to duplicate. Oh no, maybe lower the opacity a bit more and then filter Gaussian blur 10. Below filter moving blur is good, I Gaussian blur again. There about 3 pixels, and then duplicate, lower the opacity, and I'm going to merge everything. Yeah. And we got our waterfall done, and just a few more effects. The brush, I'm going to select the sputtering, maybe sputtering one. So color pick this color. Going to add new layer. Going to add all these droplets of water around it. Yeah, okay. To filter, so moving blur about there. Oh no, Gaussian blur, tick, and duplicate. Filter, Gaussian blur some more. Okay, duplicate, just bring it out it a bit more, and also it's going to blend. Okay, now I think I'm okay. Okay, then give it moving blur about 3 pixel. Okay, now I'm going to draw in this path. So this one maybe can lower the, and can go to filter, can go to moving blur, make it straight about there is good. Okay, and then this one, okay, merge. Okay, now go to the foreground, add new layer, go select this benefit ground to be to orange, desaturate dark color, and I'm going to go in, draw in the path. So that's a 9, something there about there. Go to and transform perspective form, go a bit forward, think about there is good, tick. Oh, okay. Bucket fill in, brushed. So it does a good job with the bucket tool. Then, and add layer, clipping mask. Okay, let's select a texture for this path. Let's try rough watercolor. So bring it the color a bit upwards, is good. Uh, something in something more bright. About there. Let's color everything. Go to very dark tones and slowly I'm going to add in very dark texture. Do something very white. And pin it. Lower down the the brush size. Blur, increase, blur. Oops. Let's go smudge. And smudge. I lower this. Filter caution blur 3 pixel. Okay, good. Now to add new layer. Brush. I select the grass brush, grass pen, color pick this color. grass, so color pick. Bring something very light, and then about 35. Oops, oh no, go back. New layer, full opacity. Draw in the grass. Choose something very dark in paint. Maybe a bit more darker. Something more very bright. Erase excess. Yeah, almost done. Okay, then this one I can perspective from, bring it down a bit more, bring it up a bit more, and transform maybe to some mesh form onto this this up to this with the mist of the water. Okay, so yeah, I think I almost complete this landscape. So let's put some. Okay, now I need to go in and put in the lights. So add new layer. Okay, above. Okay, brush. I want to select this overlay airbrush triangle. Set this to overlay, and then go to about, I don't know, because I mean color of the sun is just orange. Go something bright orange, Let's see if this works. More orange. Yeah. Add layer, clipping mask. Go to, I think add is good. So lower the opacity about 13. Go orange color. So increase the opacity a bit more. Add some highlights on top. So it's not that white. Okay. Wait, I need to delete this. I think it's okay that one, but I think I need to put. Okay, go to add new layer. I'm going to put some grass on top. So this is the rainforest brush. Go to green, something very dark green. Slowly I want to build in this forest. Bring up the slider a bit and I think a bit more, make it more bright. Color in the highlights. Bring it more very bright. Go 25%. Okay, there. Select something very white and set add layer clipping mask. Set this to add. Put some highlights on top. Oh, clipping mask. Oh, bring it on top. Smudge. This one. Add layer. Go to yellow. Something very brushed. Go to add mode. Oops. Lower the opacity. I'm going to draw. So let's choose the airbrush triangle, and then add clip mask, and then slowly bring in the bright colors. Eh, Lower down the opacity. About there. I want to group these mountains, bring it below here. So I'm going to group the whole mountain layer, and then resized perspective, get a bit taller, and okay. So looks better. The overlay slightly upwards, move upwards, and think the foreground is okay. Just do think the foreground can have some overlay effects. Overlay, so yellow color. So using an airbrush, add some yellow near the edge, of course, and then go to orange. Add some orange. And let's yeah, lower the opacity just a little bit, and How about one more final effects? Going to just add an adjustment layer straight away. So let's try color balance. More blue, more red. I think I'm more towards the blue, the science side, and then more green or more. I think I can give it more green, so more yellow or more blue. Yeah, so more blue is good. About 5. Okay, just not too much, just a little. Add adjustment layer. Let's see tone tone curve. Okay, but this is kind of, yeah, a bit too dark, I can see. So low down a bit the shadows part, and brightness. I think brightness can be a bit just like brightness. I think this is too bright. So just more brightness and thick. Okay. And one more adjustment layer, brightness and contrast. Give more brightness. How about give more contrast? Then I need to do something about the highlights. This one. Go and erase some. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to just lower the opacity a bit. Or I could just give it a Gaussian blur.